Welcome everyone to Purely Nomad. I'm Yash, and this is part 2 of the Ride to Alaska series. Day 3 of my journey began in Key West, and my only plan for the day was to continue north and stop wherever I felt exhausted or the weather would prevent me from going any further. I only had 3 days to cover two-thirds of the country and get to the Badlands. This meant long days in the saddle, crossing a variety of landscapes across the US as well as a lot of South and Midwest heat. But Key West made sure to include an amazing sunrise as a farewell. So let's enjoy it and continue the journey. The rest of the day was spent battling bad weather and traffic on the Florida interstate. It was so dull that capturing any of it made no sense. I was just relieved that it was over. The ride was going very calm until I saw a massive black cloud right before Atlanta. I decided to take the first exit to put on my rain gear, but it began drizzling even before I could make it to the gas station. After waiting for 15 minutes and no signs of the rain slowing down, I decided to ride it to Atlanta and take a hard stop. I had ridden over 800 miles today and the fatigue was starting to catch up. When you are doing a ride of such a magnitude, you don't want the fatigue to take over at all. It could potentially mean an end to your ride. So it's better to stay safe and live to ride another day. I made it safely to Atlanta, got a hotel room and called it a day. I got up the next day and resumed my journey further. Atlanta had a very fun vibe, minus the 1 hour wait I had to go through to get checked into the hotel. Temperatures were just perfect in the morning, and I was looking forward to an amazing day of riding. 2 hours into the ride and hunger creeping in, I decided to take breakfast halt in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Called up a friend who lives in the area and he suggested to try out First Watch Coffee. The food here was amazing. If you are in the area, definitely give this cafe a try. Thank you Rohit for the suggestion. After Chattanooga, I was surprised by a short section of mountain roads just outside the city. After long stretches of straight roads, this was much needed. Let's take a closer look at what this ride is all about. Two things sparked the idea for this ride. The first was my first trip to Alaska, which I made back in March of 2022. It was during the Alaskan winters, and I instantly fell in love with the state. I've since had a strong desire to return and spend the summers in Alaska's vast wilderness. The second being, after finishing my first IBA saddle sore ride, I was casually browsing the IBA website for other certification rides. That's when I came across the ultimate coast to coast ride and I was hooked. The UCC is a coast to coast ride between Key West, Florida, the southernmost point in the continental US, and Dead Horse, Alaska, the northernmost point you can drive to in the US in under 30 days. This was going to be ideal for me, a perfect combination of long distance riding and my desire to return to Alaska. The ride has been on my bucket list since then, and I am finally doing it after a year of researching, preparing, planning out the route, reading experiences on multiple forums, and just daydreaming about it. This video series is thus me sharing my experiences undertaking an adventure like this, the possible challenges one might face on such rides, and what to expect on a ride like this. ended the day in Kansas City, Missouri after an amazing 800 miles and my first day with no rain. The heat, however, was another monster altogether. Day 5 started in Kansas City, Missouri. As has been the theme for the past few days, I chose country roads over highways. Although these roads are slower than highways, they offer the opportunity to explore local highlights and much more beautiful scenery than the interstates. Found a really nice cafe in Nebraska City, so decided to give it a shot. The food was good and I was ready to continue my journey. Today I was excited because I was meeting a dear friend Ashish. He would be with me for the next 3 days as we explore Badlands and Glacier National Parks. He was driving west from Wisconsin and we planned to meet near Badlands before continuing on our journey. After 600 miles or so, we arrived in Badlands. We were greeted with breathtaking views of the Badlands' famous towering rock formations. We planned to spend the night in Kadoka, South Dakota, and then explore the national park in the morning. I got very lucky today because I avoided a hailstorm that hit us after we were checked into the motel. Riding in that would have been impossible due to the size of the hails. I had heard so much about this area and I was super excited to be here and explore. The next video will cover the Badlands National Park and the Black Hills National Forest, so stay tuned for the next one. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you liked it. If you did, you know the drill. See you in the next one.